Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Street of Silence. My name is Mark, and I'll be your host today. Our channel explores the unknown and looks at a variety of unexplained topics such as UFOs, ghosts, cryptids, and other mysterious phenomena. Today, we're going to be looking at the legend of Payne Road, a supposedly haunted road and bridge in Rural Hall, North Carolina. Now, for decades, there's been countless stories around strange activities occurring on this road and also the bridge. Some say that if you turn your car off on the bridge, you'll have to push it off. Legend has it to turn off your car on the bridge. If you turn off your car on the bridge, it won't start back up. Other people mentioning hear a baby cry. Some say they hear a woman scream. Others see apparitions, and of course, the most bone chilling and creepy of all, fingerprints from children appearing on the window. Rural Hall is located in the northern part of Forsyth County, which is located in northwest North Carolina. According to Census Bureau, today the town is 2.9 square miles and has a population of around 3,500. The city itself is a proud city with a rich history dating back to the late 1700s. Now, what's really intriguing about this mystery is that so much surrounding the origins of the story and the road are unknown. No one really knows how this legend began, when it began, and why it began. It's clear, though, that the legends and mystery go back to at least the 1960s and continued for decades. Every year, teenagers from nearby Winston-Salem, North Carolina, venture up to this road in order to experience the haunted Payne Road and its infamous bridge. There's even confusion around the road itself. Today, the events in the bridge all occurred on Edwards Road. There appears to be some controversy surrounding this, as there is a nearby road named Payne Road. Some claim that Payne Road changed its name years ago. Others claim Edwards Road has always been Edwards Road. There doesn't appear to be a smoking gun to solve this question. Now, there are various legends behind why this road and the bridge are haunted. So I'm going to go over the two most popular. The first theory is that in the 1930s, a man named Edward Payne lived on Payne Road, which again today is Edwards Road. The legend says he went crazy, tied his wife to a chair, and then proceeded to kill his kids by slitting their throats, starting with the oldest. He did this one by one, and as he got to the youngest kid, an infant, he hesitated. Meanwhile, his wife got free and escaped with the child. She ran off behind the house, a wooded area, crossed a bridge, and soon Edward would catch up and kill both the wife and the child. After this, Edward hanged himself by the bridge or just nearby the bridge from a tree. The second legend has to do with the plantation owner story. And the legend goes like this. There was a plantation owner named Mr. Edward Payne. He had four daughters and discovered that one of the slaves had impregnated one of his daughters. Furious, he had the slave executed. After some time, another one of his daughters was impregnated by another slave, and at this point, he essentially went crazy. He slaughtered all his slaves, his entire family, and burned the plantation down. Still, property records and other records don't show a man with four daughters in this area, and certainly not a man killing his entire family during this time. Perhaps the legend comes from another source. This is what many people speculate. One source could be Miles Edwards. And Miles Edwards committed suicide. Mr. Edwards apparently had made threats before on his own life and blew himself up with dynamite in his pickup truck. Even though he killed himself at his home was only 2 miles away from the haunted bridge. And what's telling with this story is that Mr. Edwards had 4 daughters. Now, there's another legend that this could be coming from. It's a bit of a more famous case, and this has to do with the Lawson family murder case. This occurred in Germantown, North Carolina, only about 5 minutes away from Rural Hall. In the year 1929, on Christmas, Charles Lawson, in a senseless rage, killed all his children and his wife. A few hours later, he would kill himself in the woods behind his house. Now, various theories exist as to why Charles did this heinous act. These include suffering a head injury, and another popular one that was made popular by several books in the 90s, and this included that Charles had impregnated and sexually abused his eldest daughter, Marie. Marie was age 16 at the time. So the mystery around Payne Road leaves all sorts of questions that will probably never be answered. How did this legend start? Was the sheer remoteness and darkness of Payne Road a contributing factor to how this legend began? Or did an isolated strange event or series of events occur? What we know is that based on the number of odd reports, some strange events definitely occurred there, and the mystery remains unexplained. Today, Payne's Road, or really Edwards Road, is much different than years past. The road used to not be well kept up and had gravel in sections. Years back, surrounding abandoned buildings added to the spookiness as rumors of devil worshippers and other occult practices were rampant. Today, though, the bridge is gone, and the creek under the bridge has been culverted. It's hardly a place you would think of as spooky. Still, some people swear to stay away, while others claim nothing exists. Nothing exists there now. And some locals state that nothing never existed there. Thank you for your time. If you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing to the channel. We welcome all feedback and story suggestions.